Expand Dong says, what is the happy medium between you doing side stuff in Final Fantasy VII versus skipping it? Even big stuff like the Deku Tree and Zelda, people scolded you for both. Isn't it contradictory? Yes. Expand Dong, you have to understand something. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't when you're DSP. That's just the way of life around here for me, and I've gotten used to it. All right? I'm going to give you some examples, okay? So, DSP, the quality of all your gameplay sucks. You still use a camera pointed at the TV. You got to go modern. You got to capture. You got to jump in and live stream. Okay, I'll do that. DSP, the quality of your gameplay sucks. You don't put enough time and dedication into your playthroughs. You rush through them. You don't do side content. You got to take more time to play the games rather than rushing through them. Okay, I'll start doing that. DSP, your gameplay sucks. Your commentary is too immature. Your commentary is all about sex and, race and all this stuff that's so cringe risque for teens. You got to grow up. Everyone on YouTube's changing for the better. Okay, I'll change that. DSP, your gameplay sucks. Your videos are of the wrong length. You have to increase the length of your video, or maybe you have to shorten the length of your video. No one can agree, but it doesn't matter. Your gameplay still sucks. Change it. DSP, your thumbnails suck. You auto-select thumbnails off of YouTube. Why do you do that? Wait, now you're actually generating thumbnails? Well, those thumbnails are way too generic. You need to make better thumbnails than that. DSP, your titling sucks. Your titling on your videos has to be better. You can't just have a number. Oh, wait, now you've started adding actual descriptors to your videos to say what's in the video. That's not good enough either. Don't you know you're supposed to have clickbait on every single title of every video, and that clickbait has to be the first thing you read when you see the video so people can see it? Okay? Hold on, let's continue. DSP, your streams suck. You ignore your chat. You don't talk to anyone. What's up with that? What's the point of streaming? What's fan service? I never heard of it. Oh, wait, now you're actually interacting with your chat? Well, that sucks. You talk with your chat too much, and now we've lost the appeal of your videos where you're just focused on the game. You're too distracted by your chat now. I could keep going, all right? Literally, these are all things over the last 10 to 15 years that people have said. I directly listen to criticism. I changed for supposedly the better just for people to come back and tell me you're still doing it wrong, okay? So, perfect example. Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. I start playing the game, and immediately I tell you guys, wow, a lot of the side content doesn't seem very interesting or meaningful to me. I'm going to skip it, and I'm going to do the things that only seem meaningful or the things that lead to story. My playthrough is still very lengthy. I still easily get through and beat the game. And people tell me, oh, your playthrough sucked because you skipped all the side content. Wow, what a horrible playthrough you did, right? So now I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Wow, I'm really enjoying this side content. I think the pacing is well done. You do a big story beat that's like 5-6 hours. Then you get to an open world segment. You do side content for 5-6 hours. And the alternation formula will probably work really well. I'm really enjoying this. Let me go ahead and do all the side content. Oh, Phil, you're doing it wrong. Don't you know that's boring to your audience? Why are you doing the side content? You should be skipping it all and just going right to the story. We're tired. We want story. It's like, what? And that's the problem with me. All right, that's exactly what I've been going through as a creator. Anyone else who does something in a way, it all works. It's fine. It's good. We're grateful that they make content. It's free content. It's fun content. They put hard work in. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Best YouTuber ever. Here's a community of supporters. For DSP, it's no matter what you do, it's never good enough. You're the laughingstock of the internet. Make fun. Whip this man. Bully him, ruin his business, ruin his life, harass his family members. That's all perfectly fine just because he's DSP. And even when he actively does everything that you are asking for to change for the better, still say it's not good enough. That's my life. I wish that was a gross exaggeration. It's literally not. That is my life. And I've just come to the point where I've accepted it. That it doesn't matter what I do to improve. People are still going to hate me for no reason. So I don't care. I'm going to improve for me and for the audience that's actually here. Okay? And then I'm going to move forward positively. I'm not going to listen when people say dumb shit like, don't do the side content of Final Fantasy VII. If you tell me not to do the side content of Final Fantasy VII, I'm going to say, don't watch an RPG playthrough, you idiot. Because that's what an RPG is. It's a role-playing game. You're pretending that you're a person in the game running around doing content. That's the point of the game. if you skip all the content in a role-playing game, you might as well not play a role-playing game. Okay? Now you might say, well, then why did you skip the content of Zelda? Because that content sucked. In my opinion, the content was boring. If I could have skipped all of that content and easily beelined through the game and had fun with it still, then that content was meaningless. That content was padding, right? So there you have it. With Final Fantasy VII, I'm actually having fun with the side content. That's a lot different. So let's keep doing it, right? And the other thing that I feel that people don't get is that when I am playing a game and I'm doing this kind of commentary, it's my opinion. You don't have to agree. You don't. You can completely disagree. Maybe you think the side content in Tears of the Kingdom was like the best side content out there. And therefore, that's why you were upset that I skipped it. You have the ability to think that. That's fine. I'm not going to sit here and say that's invalid. People like different things, different strokes for different folks. For me, I relayed intelligently why I didn't like the content. I felt like it was padding. I felt like the game was bloated. They put too much side content in, so much that it just takes up your time and isn't meaningful, and I didn't care to do it. And I still enjoyed the game overall. I still really liked Tears of the Kingdom, right? I think, wasn't it in my Game of the Year countdown? So obviously I liked it. But people today, sadly, are just so black and white mentality. Like, I hate to say it, it's almost a simpleton's way of thinking. Either you like something or you hate it. No, that's not real life. In real life, it's not black and white, good and evil, like, dislike, right? There's many layers between of moderation, as they say, shades of gray. That's where the reality of life actually is. Just because I played Tears of the Kingdom and I didn't like an aspect of it doesn't mean it's a bad game, right? Just because I'm playing Final Fantasy VII and I'm loving it doesn't mean it's going to be my Game of the Year either. You know? But people don't get that. They literally just sit there thinking either you like it or you don't. So because Phil said that some of the side content of the Tears of the Kingdom was no good, right? That means the game sucks. No. No. Because Phil chose to skip the side content of Tears of the Kingdom, but now he's doing it in Final Fantasy VII. That makes him a hypocrite. No. It doesn't. But you have to be intelligent and mature to understand that. And sadly, a lot of people on the internet are not. They really have this childlike understanding of how things work on the planet, and that's not how the planet really works. Okay. Continuing on here. So anyway, yeah, in summary, I don't believe, no matter what I do, no matter how I do it, there's always going to be this consensus that Phil sucks. You know, look at how much I've improved. Look at how much I've worked hard to improve my content over the last 2 years. Everything has improved. The quality of the video itself, the gameplay, the quality of the visuals of the webcam and the setup, thumbnails, titling, everything. And then what's the next thing? Oh, it's still not good enough. You still got to change more. You still got to change more. You still got to change more. Listen, at what point do you say, okay, maybe it's not the fact of Phil, but it's the fact that there's such a mentality against Phil that he just sucks, that's what the reason why people think he sucks. Not because they actually watch the content and don't like it. It's because they just don't watch the content. They just say he sucks, right? There you go. Okay, continuing on, Big Ocho with a $10 super chat says RPG equals role-playing game. Exactly. Why are you watching someone play a role-playing game if then you're going to complain that they're actually doing the content of the game that's intended to be done? Right? That's bizarre to me. I tuned into an RPG stream and I complained that they were doing the content. Why weren't they skipping it all?